Right, welcome to the mark making workshop. We'll just give it a few more minutes, see who we've got in with us, and then we're going to get started if that's okay.
Hi. That's loud.
Is that better?
Yeah. There's a strange noise, but that is better.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, it's a little bit in and out again. Oh, is that us? Yeah. Speak again. Well, now we've got a weird noise. Can you hear a weird noise?
No.
No, I'm just going to leave us come back because I'm making a weird noise now.
Talk it out. Message in the chat that I put before.
Can't hear you again. And now I'm making a weird noise. Let me just go.
Okay, I can see you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Liz was in before and she said that she could hear like some external sound. I think it was coming from my camera, but she wasn't sure if it was on her side. Can you hear me clearly and everything?
Yes, I can hear you quite clearly now. Yes.
We're just waiting for Liz then and Polly again because she left then rejoin.
Okay. Good. So is Liz the grown up and Polly's the girl?
Yes.
And are they part of your normal group?
Pardon, sorry?
Are they part of the group that you would usually run?
Yes, yeah, no, they are definitely. Well, Polly is obviously Liz's daughter as well, so she's only young, so she's really into art, and she does art doctors as well. She always participates in workshops that they run as well, which is great.
Nice one. How's your week been?
Yeah, okay. It's been very sunny over here.
Oh.
Walks and everything, and I was saying before, this week I've been collecting envelopes and things, so I'm hoping to use those backgrounds. Right, Liz is just joined. I hope my audio is okay on her side.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Hope so. Okay. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Is my audio okay for you as well?
I can hear you a bit. Maybe we'll just have to be silent. Now I can't. I wonder, I don't know.
I'm going to mute myself to see if that helps Holly out a bit, because yeah, I can't hear you now.
Okay. Can you hear now, Liz? You can. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, just quickly. So it seems like if everyone's on full, the sound goes for someone. So I'll go on mute too. We can sign language or unmute when we want to talk something.
Thank you. Right. I was saying before, I've got plenty of envelopes and things, so I'm going to experiment with using those as surfaces to do my mark making on. To start with.
We're using, well, Polly's doing on something on a very big old photograph that I took for my MA show, I think, years ago, that was mounted on some board. Anyway, it's time for it to be turned into a Robert Rauschenberg artwork.
What sorts of materials are you using today, Fiona?
So I've been generally gathering up. I've got some bottle tops and some plastics and non-organic things, but I've also got a range of kind of organic things this week as well, some magnolia leaves and some nut coverings and some pine cone kind of things, which I'm hoping to create some nice wee space wee marks with. And I'm using old tablet packaging from some medication that yeah, and in terms of where I'm putting my marks, I'm putting them on the same as I did last week, actually, a big tabletop sort of flip chart, a big massive flip chart piece of paper is what I've got. And I found that actually, I think I said this a bit about this last week, but I found it quite interesting because I used to use flip charts a lot when I was working, and I came across this in the search for big pieces of paper to work on, and it just feels perfectly right to be using these last few sheets of that flip chart paper to be making some lovely journaling kind of artwork. So, and a feather, I'm using a feather right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mashed up feather because I had a little practice with it earlier on, so it's feeling a bit sorry for itself now, but it's making some, I'm enjoying the marks. And I'm quite frustrated because I had bought, I've ordered some new colours and I thought they would be here by this morning, but they're not. They might arrive while we're in situ, but let's see what happens. I mute myself again. So.
Thank you. Now I've just started by using the nail brush again, and I've actually opened up the envelope, the cardboard envelope, so I've made more of like a standing kind of mark making piece as well. I've got some like toothpaste packaging and some newspaper as well, so I'm gonna make maybe a collage surface for that and then create some mark making on top.
So we have got a crushed bit of a table tennis ball. What have we got? I've got a sushi mat. That could be interesting.
I'm excited for your sushi mat because I had a look at my sushi mat and decided I wasn't quite ready to let go of it yet. I'm excited to see what happens to that.
Well, we've got two, so I was the same. I kept one, and then bits of cardboard, some straws, quite a nice twig. That twig, there might just there. So hopefully, well, me and Polly are doing separate now. She's got her own one. I've got to find myself my own paper.
At the moment, I'm using some sensory balls that I've got that I used for a project last year. So I'm just experimenting with those and seeing what marks we can make. And this is a bit different for me because I'm actually working on quite a small scale today as well, which is totally different to what I normally do as well. I know we talked about this last week as well, Fiona, working on different scales as well. So I'm experimenting with different size materials today, which is great. I'm just going to start by using some masking tape as well, just to tape a few of these collected envelopes as well. So I quite like the idea of it making quite an irregular shape as well. Something a little bit different as well. It's almost like separate artworks kind of joined together because they're separate pieces of packaging as well. Oh, that looks great, Liz. I can just see at the bottom. Oh, that's brilliant.
It's actually mine, just to say. Not trying to bug
We're
you.
on separate pictures now.
What material?
Quite thickly.
I quite like the idea of using kind of reusing packaging and envelopes and that kind of thing. It kind of shows a history behind the material or a story behind it as well, which again is quite interesting. These are just envelopes from things like Easter cards and just general junk mail as well. So a range of different things here. All with a different meaning, a different purpose.
And are some of the envelopes, are you keeping the addresses on the back?
I am, yeah. I've actually kept the stamps on the addresses on the front of the. I might keep it on the back actually, and then as you flip it over, you've got the text as well there. So what I've done is I've just used some masking tape and just put it together in really a random order. And I think I'm going to then create some marks on the back, and then as you flip it over, you can see the addresses.
It's going to work. It's going to work beautifully.
The purpose of, I guess, the material.
So I don't know if I showed you this. I did these a few weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'm not sure. And they had come in as part of a bit of packaging, but I really liked the stamps. So I just kind of took the lid off the box and made it up into like incorporated the stamps into it. And they're really quite nice because they just kind of sit on my top. And I don't feel I've finished this one. Maybe I need to go back to this one today actually, because it's similar to what you're doing today. So it's nice. They just sit three-dimensionally. Dum, dum, dum. Quite good.
Really great. Stamps or anything. I find that quite interesting as well. quite like the idea of collaging and making a surface or a new surface to work on before you start doing the marks as well. So what I might do is make a collage background using newspaper and newsprint as well. That could be quite interesting. I think it's quite interesting as well to kind of cut up different materials and then reassemble them as well to create something new to then work on. And that could be really interesting to do, you know, in your own practice as well, not just in these workshops as well. A really interesting approach to, I guess, reinvent a material that you're working with. At the moment, I am experimenting with a cereal packet and some newspaper as well. So I'm just making a new background to work with, and I'm going to add some bubble wrap as well, just to create different textures as well for my surface. How's it going, Fiona? What kinds of things are you using or doing?
So I just had a very satisfying moment of kind of colour coming together, where I had laid down some really quite neon pink and it had dried in from a few minutes ago, and then put in a kind of violet colour on top of it, and then drew my trusty brush head across it, and it created some really quite satisfying swirls, like, I don't know how to describe it, like waves, like layers of waves, but with the two pinks kind of like complementing each other. So the colors there, along with the kind of two textures to get, I tried to experiment with the magnolia leaves that I found at the weekend, and they're quite a nice, yeah, I've been kind of putting prints on with them. They haven't printed out as well as I'd expected, but then that kind of doubling up on the color produced a really satisfying result. And I've just put a great big splodge of lemon yellow in amongst all my pinks and blues to see what's going to happen. Not sure what I'm going for now. I might want a nice piece of packaging. I'd like some bubble wrap. I'm going to find some bubble wrap.
How's it going, Liz? How's your piece coming along?
Mum,
Well, I've done one thing, but I've just done something on top of a photograph from a school project. And then I'm gonna let that dry and then cut out the shape of something from it. Now I'm looking for a bit of material to try out. Not that. Look, is that mine? You look, probably in big, where do you put these things? Right, check this. It's still on. So Holly, this is the one I did the other week, which I'm now working more creatures into.
Bubble wrap, yay! And a piece of packaging netting as well. It's slightly a finer mesh than I used last week, so it should make some slightly different marks.
Should we show them? My
Yeah. Okay, Paul, show what you've been doing.
This was my drawing, and first I started off with some nice big orange and did some crisscrosses. And then I used a brush and then did the green. And then I did the blue with like this kind of scraping thing. Well, that. This
Can I
kind
hear
of,
you? Yeah.
this kind of blue tape
Mm.
that looked like a banana. And then I used this red for, I think, what did I use it with?
Bubble wrap.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
bubble wrap. And then I did some regular glitter with silver glitter. And then I combined the silver glitter, the gold glitter, and the red paint together to make a rosy gold, glittery silver paint. And then I did some bubble wrap over it. And then I used a brush and collided the red with the green to make a brownish kind of texture.
Ah.
That's an amazing amount of work. That's a lot of textures and different tools that you used. Well done.
Thank you.
Can we try this on the material?
It looks amazing.
Holly, what material did you use for the surface of it?
Pardon me? I can't hear you.
Just to unmute yours. Mute it.
What surface did you use? Sorry, as in like material for the mark making.
bubble wrap this.
So
This, this,
bubble wrap,
This.
cardboard.
and the tape. Tape.
You can use it if you want.
Yes, I want to use that.
It's a pretty fierce looking piece of cardboard that you've got there. Did you make that? Did you cut it yourself or did it come like that?
It just came like that. And there's a longer piece as well, but it teared off. So, yeah.
So I'm painting the sushi mat with bits of paint, and then I'm doing a stamp pattern on a piece of material to see if I can become a home textile designer. Giving it a go.
That will make some really interesting marks as well, Liz.
Sorry?
I bet the sushi mat will make some really interesting marks too for you.
I'll show you when I've covered the whole area. So my friend Alison has turned up now.
So when I finish doing this,
Yes, that sounds sensible.
Just a minute. So my friend Alison has arrived now as well, who I work with, who we do the art doctors together. So she might join in for a bit.
Yeah.
We've got the sound's a bit weird, so I have to mute us so that we can hear Holly.
How's it going, Fiona? What kinds of things are you using at the moment?
So I've moved on to the repurposed cardboard with the stamps on it, following in your guidance. And I have covered it in a kind of neon green using pathways, like creating pathways with my trusty library card. And I'm now in the process of speckling that with kind of gold, yellows and black lines, also using my library card and the tablet packaging. So very therapeutic, very kind of yeah. I expect the card to do the same thing over and over again, and it just doesn't. It does a different thing every time I put it on the sheet, which is both frustrating and serendipitously quite pretty. So we'll stick with it. Hang on.
I was saying at the moment I'm getting really into deconstructing, newspaper and packaging, and then reassembling it as well. So I've just been focusing on that at the moment, and as well working on like different scales as well that I would normally not do. I might get the roll of newsprint out in a bit as well, and maybe make something from that as well. At the moment, I'm just experimenting with printing as well. So creating on one piece and then overlaying another surface, and it's working quite well. So I've
It
just
certainly is. Wow.
paper, and then this was. I just hold the other one up. This was the piece that I actually made.
And is that the piece that you made from the envelopes?
The one from the envelope is,
Oh my word.
sizes as well. So I've got different scales of envelope as well. So I think it's
There's something tribal about that, actually. Yeah. Flight-like as well. Quite feathery almost. Oh, it's a nice one. So I ordered a box on Etsy a couple of weeks ago for my nephew, and it's a handmade piece from somewhere in the UK. It's somewhere in the UK, and it arrived in a piece of quite shonky looking packaging. And as I undid it carefully, as I always do, what I realized that the person who had been packaging it has actually created a box out of like recycled cardboard. So I'm going to see if I can show it to you. So he's actually cut the piece of cardboard up into lots of different areas. And then he made it into a kind of a box. I'm saying he, maybe a she. Making this up. And I just thought it was such a really nice piece of upcycling and kind of repurposing. And when you started talking about kind of repurposing bits of things, I thought actually that would make a really nice. You could do lots with that in terms of making pieces on each of the different squares. So I think I'm going to gesso it up, and then use some of the things that you've taught me, Holly, to create a piece. They won't understand at the art club. They're all still doing landscapes.
like you mentioned before about the idea of collage and working on different areas. I think that's a really good idea. And also, after you've created maybe one piece, cutting different areas up and collaging using different pieces as well. It's a really good way to combine different works in one. So the idea of having multiple works as one whole is quite interesting as well. Oh, I think you've got yourself muted, Fiona, I think.
It feeds both my desire to work on small spaces and a big space at the same time. So a bit of a cheat, but I am making myself work on a bigger space. I think I will gesso this whole piece up so that I've got a starting base. Polly.
Oh yes, yeah.
No, Polly. I wondered if Polly was. Are you working on another piece, Holly? Polly.
Well, I did this piece, and
Can't see it, you
also
have to hold it up.
I did this piece that was it's a tree. Yeah. It's a tree.
Nice.
I painted it. First I did red, then I did orange, then I did black and orange, then I did black.
Do you want to show the
And
So are you using that as a stencil?
I let Alison print this
Oh, nice.
from it.
I love that. I love that. And what made the sort of swirly bits? It almost looks like a fork.
Yeah, it was from a fork, a wooden fork.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, it's done the job then.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on?
I should be mute now.
At the moment, what I'm doing is using a large piece of cardboard, and what I've done is I've folded it in half, and I'm actually dripping paint from the top. So as you can see on here, um, it's gradually dripping down to the bottom of it. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to think about printing on the other side, maybe. So you can see at the moment it's just changing over time, and I'm just applying more and more colours to it as well.
Right, these two are on a major cardboard mission now.
We're not on a mission, we're painting.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's all getting a bit feisty in here. Bit of
Yeah.
seeing who's the
You're getting
bossiest.
feisty, Lily.
Me?
Yeah. You're getting feisty.
I'm just trying to angle it so that you can. There, look, the artist in action.
Oh my gosh, we're all on big pieces of card now. Holly, are you going to drop that now?
I've got some tea bottles resting behind it, so for now. I'll show you another one that I've done. On a slightly smaller scale. I quite like how the colours blend. Look at this. To hold it up.
Yeah, that has really worked. And is that the folding process?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's a
That's
full.
brilliant.
It worked really well, but the paint is still dripping quite a bit, but it does.
Can see it still dripping. Is that acrylics that you're working in?
Ready mix paint, yeah.
Ready mixes, ready mixes. I need to get myself some of those babies. How many minutes?
How many? Well, I'm just asking you. Can we get last longer?
Depends on what time you've got available.
I'm fine. It's just when we finish.
Mhm. Holly, I'm going to be going in about 5 minutes. I've
Okay.
got the opportunity to have lunch with my lovely husband. He's got a window, so we're going to have some lunch together.
Oh,
Which is nice. Nothing fancy, just a bowl of soup, but it's nice to share.
that sounds nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I've some brilliant ideas today. Really felt really quite inspired. And I've gessoed this piece of cardboard up ahead of the game. So I may continue with that today, or I may leave it to be a starting canvas for next week. I'm not sure yet. I'm quite excited to do some of the kind of folding printing that you've done. But I might want to wait for my new colors to come. So I'm working with some different colors, and yeah. Oh, hang on, I can't hear you because I'm not on mute.
Ready mix paint from Baker Ross is really good to use as well. That's what I'm using at the moment. You get some really good colours as well. So a really good selection of things.
What did you say about the paint you're using, Holly?
I was saying I'm using Baker Ross ready mix paints, and you get a really good selection of different colours. And they're not too expensive to buy either, I don't think, really. You can get a big class pack of 24 paints, multiple different colours for $19.99 I paid. So again, really good. 600 milliliters, so like these kind of ones as well, and they last for quite a while as well. So
Yeah, that's what I need, because I'm only using bits of paints rather than making some decisions. I'll just show you quickly the sushi mat. So I'm having a go at being a printer, but you can see slightly random because I didn't paint all of the sushi mat, but you get this quite nice gridded, loose but gridded stripes. And then
I quite like that. I really like that.
But I think this could be ongoing a little bit each week.
Yes, I've found that some of the pieces like the big piece that I worked on today, Liz, I just feel isn't quite finished, but I wasn't ready to add anything else to it today.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to move to something else.
Throwing it all on and then I get irritated with it. So
yeah.
So I'm not at the advanced level of Holly, I feel. And also I haven't think about the colours a bit. You start to get into the colours, don't you, and what you want.
Yes, right. Yes. So you Liz, you were thinking about doing that onto a material. That would need is that a fabric that you're putting it onto?
Yes, it is. It's just some kind of what's that? Thin cotton kind of thing, like a lining for something, I suppose. Yes, I'm just trying that out. Obviously it's not material ink paints, but
is it just acrylics that you've used?
Yeah, so it's taking and then actually the paints in the stars, which is just from cooking cutters, stars have started to seep a bit into it. I don't know if you can see there.
Yes, yes, I can. Yeah, they're just bleeding in a wee bit.
So I always quite like that kind of thing. So yeah, it's bleeding a bit into the material, but and then
nice.
I use shell to make those circly things, the shell thing. So yeah. Anyway, all good.
It's quite a constellation you've got going there, Liz.
I think, yeah. Yes, I think because I really like printing. So it's quite a nice way to do some basic printing, isn't it? Stamp stuff.
Yes, I like printing as well. I might just get a potato out for next week, you know.
Yeah, the potato, yes.
Right, thank you again for your company. Really lovely to work alongside other people, and thank you for all your inspiration, Polly and Liz and Holly. Yeah. Bye.
This is what I made, and first I did the cuttings with the star from the kitchen, and then I put some silver glitter around some stars to make it look like it's shooting, and I put this purple silver paint because it's more of a night sky. And I put this because this is more of a sunset. And I put this just as a little.
Go on mute. Polly might say something. Put it on.
Brilliant, Polly, I love it. I love the fact that you've chosen the different colours based on the outdoors as well. That's really great. I like the shimmery paint that you've used as well. Yeah, you can see when you're moving it, Liz. That's great. I like the stampers as well that you've got. The black stampers on top. You've got quite an abstract background and then different shapes as well over the top. Oh, well done. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh, I like the telly. I like the TV one, Polly.
I really like the artworks in your background.
This side. This is the one that you and your mum sent in, isn't it? With the bubble wrap and everything.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Now, all of these works behind me are actually pieces that people have sent in from these workshops as well. So, what I've been doing is just displaying them on like my wall at home, and I've got loads of my other artworks and everything in folders down there.
That's why I remember putting our artwork into an envelope to send to you.
On the back of one of these pieces as well, I think you wrote a note on the back of what materials and what things you've used as well, which is great. You know, a lot of my artworks that I do are very colourful. I like using lots of colour and different things. Are you enjoying these workshops then? Because I know that.
Yeah, I'm totally enjoying this. I'm totally enjoying all the artwork.
Brilliant. How many pieces have you made today then, in total?
I think about 2 or 3. I did help Alison do the tree, so I think that counts as a 3. So
Yeah.
Collaboration.
One collaboration.
Hi Liz, are you okay?
Hi, yes. How are you doing, Holly?
Any more on the floor? How many pieces have you made then as well, Liz, today?
Well, because I have to work for the other two, clearing up for them, I've just, what have I, well, I did one very experimental one, I'll show you. Mind your tea, Paul.
I am minding it. Wait, what? Stop! You're gonna break this. You put it backwards.
I had a lot of fun as well.
So I did that.
Don't.
Which is a bit of painting on top of a photograph, which I think I might cut out. I think it's a surface for something. I did my material. What?
Yeah, stuck.
Is it on or off? And then I did the material one. Yeah, that's it, I think.
Did you show our collaboration?
No, so that shows the entire artwork.
That's our collaboration that we did in the end. And then I decided it wasn't, I didn't want it to be straight, so I just tore it out a bit. And then Liz told me use up all the paint and draw a face. Big face as well. Don't mute it.
What? She's trying to
Oh, you're annoying.
Is it muted? No.
God.
Looks funny on that screen, doesn't it?
Yes, it's Polly.
Kind of
It's
Polly.
not me.
Polly in the paint that needed using up.
Sorry.
I had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Drippy paints.
Yes, the drippy paints look great, Holly.
Have you heard of the artist Ian Davenport? Well, he makes a lot of like drip paintings and large installations as well. So that was inspiration for that piece.
I think we're going to go now and have some lunch.
Thank you very much for joining me, though, guys.
Thank you.
This has been one of
Thanks.
the best ones.
I'm
we've done
not
so
sure
far.
about next week because the kids are still on holiday and I'm at work, so we may do something else, but I'll let you know anyway.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Have a nice week. All that stuff there.